Hey there, horror people who watch videos all over YouTube and stuff like that. This is Dr. Chris. Marvel's doing Monsters Unleashed, and I think it comes out this Wednesday, if I'm not correct. And I thought a better time to show you some of the horror monster comic books in my personal collection than would be right now. We have right here Marvel's Monsters, a great guide to some of the horror monsters of the Marvel Universe. This reprints stories from Tales to Astonish #1, Journey into Mystery #62, Strange Tales #89, and Tales to Astonish #10, as well as the Marvel Monsters from the Files of Ulysses Bloodstone Handbook. And then it also contains extra like a mini-series, which is dedicated to all these monsters. And you have characters like the Hulk. And you see the back cover right here, containing some of the horrifically weirdo monsters of the Marvel Universe. These also contain stories about Devil Dinosaur, Fin Fang Foom, Gloom, Gom, Gook, Gump, Gak, Geek. No, I'm kidding. Seriously. Electro Gorgilla, who's like a gorilla, alligator maybe or something. Yeah. Anyway, this came out in about 2008 and was part of a miniseries there where they also reprinted some of the classic science fiction monster stories of the 1950s and 60s. Around the time Marvel was no longer allowed to publish horror comics because the government, long before Donald Trump, by the way, told them they couldn't do it. It was like comic books were promoting drugs and homosexuality and horrific crimes of passion and murder and our children. It is absolutely fucking ridiculous. Anyway, so this was Marvel's response to it by creating science fiction themed monsters. Marvel eventually followed it up with the launch of other monsters to the Marvel Universe, which you can see right here in Legion of Monsters. And after the embargo, yeah, it's kind of like our Cuban embargo and how that was lifted, Marvel decided to start pumping out horror comic books like you wouldn't believe. Now, Monsters Unleashed coming out, I don't entirely know for sure if that's going to include any of the horror-themed monsters of the Marvel Universe, like some of them you can see right here. Dracula, Ulysses S. Bloodstone, Nightmare, the Frankenstein monster, Son of Satan, Simon, the living zombie guy. He's the guy to Frankenstein's left. Brother Voodoo. Brother Voodoo, of course, has been showing up in Doctor Strange and the current Doctor Strange comic book, so you can check that out. Maybe Ulysses S. Bloodstone's daughter, Elissa Bloodstone, will show up because she is a monster hunter, and this is primarily focusing on the giant monsters of the Marvel Universe. There's a new group of monsters. I love the shot of Dracula and his daughter, by the way. Almost lost the issue. There you go. Fantastic. There is coming out tie-ins to it. I know that Deadpool and Spider-Man are going to have a tie-in to Monsters Unleashed, just as the Avengers, or one of the current ongoing Avenger titles. The Leviathans show up. Now, the last time I saw the Leviathans in any type of media besides that awesome movie from the 80s, which you can pick up on Blu-ray from Scream Factory, was the television series Supernatural. Had them as the 7th season villain, and they were like these giant big-mouthed creatures that ate people. They can only be killed by Clorox bleach. Right. Anyway, it was the Sarah Gamble season of Supernatural, which is... and only a handful of great episodes came out of it. And they also killed off Bobby Singer, but that's a whole other discussion about Supernatural. If you want to learn more about Season 7 of Supernatural, you can check out the other videos in my YouTube channel about Supernatural. They're right here. It's awesome. I go into great detail about how much I dislike the Sarah Gamble Season 7, Season 6. I don't know if she stayed on anywhere. Anyway, the point is that the Leviathan showed up in that, and they were guys in business suits, all buttoned up in proper dress and everything else, and they looked fabulous. Excuse me. Once upon a time, Marvel had the rights to Godzilla, and they published the Godzilla comic books. In fact, the Fantastic Four showed up, and S.H.I.E.L.D., I think Shogun Warriors even showed up in that comic book. I think that's all the horror monster like these. Well, not that, but the one I just dropped on the floor. Oh my god. Um, right here, Marvel Monster comic books that I have right now. They recently just started republishing the first appearance of some of these, and omnibuses collecting some of the old science fiction monster stories of the Marvel Universe, which is really, really cool. Coming out from R.L. Stine soon, I believe this month or next month, is also Man-Thing, written by the great R.L. Stine, the author behind Goosebumps and Fear Street. I wasn't as much of a big Goosebumps fan as I was Fear Street, because I grew up on Fear Street as a teenager in the 90s. Yes, I'm old. But check out Monsters Unleashed, coming out, I think, again this Wednesday or next Wednesday from Marvel Comics. Check out, see if you can track down a copy of the Marvel Monsters hardcover. It's really cool and it gives you a lot of great information about some of the monsters that are going to be appearing in this upcoming new multi-book crossover. Check out the rest of my videos here on the Radio of Horror YouTube page, the interviews I do with guests. If you'd like to help sponsor the YouTube page, there's a Patreon link in the description box below. But please like, subscribe, and comment. And thank you for checking out the video, and we'll have more coming up soon. Ooh, move across the screen. I love the artwork on this cover. Oh, it's covering up one of the creatures down below. Awesome.